Hi everyone, welcome to Becky's Crafts and Goodies. Now today I'm going to show you how to make a creamy vanilla fudge. Now for this you're going to need 75 grams of butter or margarine, 375 grams of white chocolate, 300 grams of light brown sugar, 170 grams of evaporated milk, 225 grams of mini marshmallows, a pinch of salt and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Right, so to start with, I've lined an 8-inch tin. Now this is a square tin and this just makes it easier for cutting up. So I've lined that, buttered the bottom and then put some of this baking paper over the top. What I normally do is lay one that way, and then that's all ready. So pop that to one side. And then the next thing you need to do is to put the chocolate in a food processor if you have one, because we need to really grind it down because that goes in at the last minute. If you don't have a food processor, then you can just chop that by hand. So I'm just going to chop that up now, and then we're going to put the butter, sugar and the evaporated milk and some salt in a pan on a low heat. Right, there is an awful lot of sugar in this recipe, so it is a treat kind of thing. I'm popping this in. This has got to go on a low heat. So we're going to heat it gently. Let's just put a little pinch of salt in and also the evaporated milk. Now luckily this tin was actually 170 grams and that's exactly what we need. So we'll pour that in as well. And that's going to go over to the cooker now. I've got this on a low heat and I'm just occasionally stirring it round, and we need the sugar to dissolve, and a good way to test that is you can get it on the back of a spoon actually. You can see if you've still got sugar granules, but you can generally feel them, you know, if they're still in there. So we're just going to slowly, gently heat this till the sugar all dissolves. And then what we're going to do is add the marshmallows into this. And then we're going to turn it up to a medium heat. So this is a low heat. We're going to turn it up to a medium heat. And we'll put that on for about 8 to 10 minutes, but we won't let it boil. Right, the marshmallows are in now. I'm just giving that a stir around. Once all the marshmallows have dissolved, what I'm going to do is I'll bring it to the boil and I'm going to let it bubble for about 5 minutes. That's just approximate. Just keep your eye on it. The mixture's got to then go darker. This is after all this has melted, and it will be sort of a medium kind of caramel colour. And once we get to that stage, I'll show you what to do next. Right, this has been bubbling for quite a few minutes now, but just be super careful. Do not let the kids near this because this is going to be really hot, so be careful of this. So I'm just going to give it another minute or so, and then I'm going to add in the white chocolate and the vanilla essence. Now my food processor didn't like the white chocolate, so I had to chop it, what was left of it, by hand. And we're obviously just going to pop the vanilla essence in as well. Give that a stir, and then it's just time to pour it in the tin. So we'll just pour our chocolate in and also our vanilla essence as well. And then we're going to give that a mix until the white chocolate dissolves. So just keep stirring it. Because the mixture's so hot, it will melt the chocolate quite quickly. And then once it's all melted, we're going to pour it into our lined tray. You can see it's actually mixed really quickly, so give it a good stirring quite quickly. Now once that's in the tray, what I'm going to do is just leave it in the fridge, let it cool for a minute, and then just leave it in the fridge overnight. So we'll give it a good cooling down time. Right, now what we're going to do is pop it in to the tray. It looks a really nice fudge colour. I could do my spatula really to get all in the corners of my pan. Right, there we go. So that's all sorted. I'll leave it out on the side for a little while because it is quite hot. You don't want to put hot things into the fridge when they're this hot. And then I'll pop it in and we'll leave that overnight, and I'll show you tomorrow and we'll cut it and bag it up. It's the next day and this has been in the fridge all overnight. So because we've got the paper at the side, this is going to make it easier to lift it out. So you just pull it up and you can feel it sort of nice and set inside the tin. I'm just going to put the tin to one side and then lift it through. And then just carefully peel down the paper at the side. And then you've got your lovely slab of fudge. And then what we're going to do is just to cut it up into chunks. So whatever size pieces that you want. And it's set into a really nice consistency. It is quite hard to get through, but that's just because literally I've just taken it out of the fridge. But it feels like it's softening up as I sort of go down. So I'm going to cut this. Let me just lift this up just so you can see. I've got a bit stuck on my knife there. Let me just lift that up. Look at how beautiful that looks. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So I'm going to cut this into chunks and then we're going to bag it up. So it's just a case of going down and doing it into little squares. Here we go. Look at it all sliced up. Oh my word. I thought, honestly, making fudge would be so difficult to do. This is so easy. And you could also add all sorts of different things as well to get different flavours, you know, different types. People do rum and raisin, don't they? They do all sorts of different flavours. If you've made fudge or got any ideas for different flavours that we can do so we can add to this basic recipe, please put them in the comments down below. Or if you're on our Facebook group, put them on there, because I'd love to know, you know, it's nice to see what other different flavours we can get from sort of a base creamy vanilla fudge. But that's it. My mouth is absolutely watering. I can't eat this because it's not dairy free, but I'm sure we can chop and change it and make slight different alterations as well. But that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'm going to bag this up now and I'll just show you it all bagged up at the end. And these will make fantastic Christmas presents. Now, a lady's asked me on YouTube, one of my lovely subscribers, to make some gifts and things that we can give as Christmas presents this year if money's a little bit tight. But what about this? This would be fantastic, wouldn't it, to give as a Christmas present? You can give this teachers, neighbours, friends, relatives, grandmas, grandpas, mums, dads. This would be perfect. Handmade, delicious treat. We'll roll into Christmas somehow, maybe half a stone heavier, but we're going to get there. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're okay, and I'll see you again soon. You take care. Bye for now.